Roman Reigns has been the face of WWE SmackDown for a while now and recently equaled CM Punk's record-breaking 434-day world title reign. Roman is now only 71 days away from surpassing Brock Lesnar's Universal title reign. Over the last 14 months, Roman Reigns has dominated superstars and legends. Post-Crown Jewel, the Bloodline has been in a feud with The New Day, and King Xavier has been in the spotlight. PW Insider reported that the advertised main event of WWE SmackDown this week, November 12th, is between Roman Reigns and King Xavier Woods. This will be the first time the two men cross paths in a singles match. They've been either separated by brands or simply haven't been in a position to face each other. This comes after last week when King Woods defeated Jimmy in the main event of SmackDown in a bend the knee match. Just as Jimmy was getting ready to bend the knee, Roman Reigns came out and launched an attack. We haven't seen Roman Reigns wrestle too often on SmackDown during his Universal title reign. Some of his significant opponents on SmackDown included Daniel Bryan, Montez Ford, and Finn Balor. Currently, King Woods is having his time under the spotlight. Kofi Kingston has been more of a secondary figure post-Crown Jewel. The match against Roman Reigns should be good, although King Woods isn't expected to win against the Universal Champion. Either way, just being in that spot is a huge boost for King Woods, who was never given the same level of emphasis as Kofi Kingston in 2019 or Big E since 2020. WWE recently released 18 superstars from their contracts due to budget cuts, and unfortunately, it looks like the company isn't done yet. According to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, the powers that be had plans to cut about 10 more wrestlers in the latest round of releases, but they were saved. He added that they are now considered to be on the bubble, which means it's possible they could be released soon. Of all the people that were cut, there were probably about 10 others that were in strong discussion about being cut. Pretty much everyone that was not being used well was on the bubble, and they were considering cutting. I'm gonna guess when I saw the list of the people that were originally looking at being cut but were not, that a lot of those people I can see them being cut. Essentially everyone at NXT that's a veteran that you don't see on TV. All of those guys, said Meltzer. Former NXT champion Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, and Nia Jax are among the list of names who were let go by WWE several days ago. The news of their releases sent shockwaves throughout the wrestling community, considering that many of them were top stars in the company. WWE revamped its developmental brand NXT several months ago, and the show has heavily featured young talent such as Braun Breaker. Dave Meltzer stated that the company is moving in a new direction with young stars, which could be another reason for the recent cuts. WWE will also be evaluating NXT talent every 6 months, and if there is no considerable improvement, then it's the end of the road for them. Meltzer provided more details on the new direction that WWE is set to undergo. Before, the idea was that NXT was gonna be this touring brand, and they were looking for guys that could be really good workers to have really good road shows, and now that is not the idea. The idea is to get young guys in there. Ciampa and a few others might be safe just because they're kind of legacy stars and you still want them on television just to kind of ease the transition. Although eventually with the direction they're going, Ciampa doesn't fit, they may keep him, but a lot of the other ones like Danny Burch or Timothy Thatcher, those kind of guys, I'm not saying going to be cut, but they are on the bubble. Their names were definitely considered also. Everyone in their 30s that's not on TV right now was in a discussion of who let go, added Meltzer. WWE's roster is filled with the most talented wrestlers in the world, and each and every one of them has the potential to become a big star. It's truly sad to see that many of them will never get the chance to make it to the top as their days are numbered. Adam Pearce revealed why he didn't try to fight back when Brock Lesnar attacked him on SmackDown, and when other superstars manhandled him in the past. Adam Pearce was brutally attacked by Brock Lesnar on SmackDown following the latter's Universal title loss at Crown Jewel. Lesnar attacked several WWE personnel as well as superstars. He was suspended for his actions, and took his anger out on Pearce, hitting him with 2 thunderous F5s. Adam Pearce recently responded to a fan who posted a collage featuring instances of Pearce getting manhandled by wrestlers on WWE TV. The collage shows Pearce getting picked on by superstars like Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, and Brock Lesnar. The fan wrote that Pearce can't catch a break. The on-screen official noticed the tweet and shared a detailed response in his defense. Another fan chimed in and hinted that Pearce could have tried fighting back when Brock Lesnar and others targeted him. Pearce made it clear that WWE forbids him from doing that, given his position. Several WWE superstars have picked on Adam Pearce in the recent past. In Brock Lesnar's case, things took a turn for the worse. Pearce posted a detailed explanation in regards to Lesnar's suspension and fine, explaining why it was necessary. Adam Pearce is a former 5-time NWA World Champion, and is an experienced in-ring veteran. His current position demands a certain code of conduct, and he simply can't fight back if enraged wrestlers put their hands on him. Shannon Moore has opened up about his mini-feud with Brock Lesnar in the early 2000s. Moore has revealed it was a rough couple of months as Lesnar was brutal in the ring, but he had a great time in his program with the Beast. Moore joined WWE in 2001 after WCW was shut down. He had a 4-year run with the company and was released in 2005. He returned a year later and had a 2-year run before being released yet again. Moore has also wrestled in TNA and various indie promotions. While speaking at K&S WrestleFest's virtual signing, the former WWE star detailed his mini feud with Lesnar on SmackDown in 2002 and 2003. "It was great, Brock Lesnar. He's a beast man. It was the roughest couple of months of my life working with him. He about killed me. But you know, whenever you're wrestling a 300-pound madman and whenever his adrenaline gets going, it's you're fighting for your life, but dude, I have so much respect for him, and it was a great time. It was a good program to have and to be able to look back and have those memories working with Brock," said Moore. Moore was soundly beaten by Lesnar in the 2 matches that the two were a part of. Brock Lesnar's popularity in WWE is due to the legitimacy he brings to the ring, as he is a hulking figure who can be incredibly agile and quick. Samoa Joe, who has stepped in the ring with some of the best pro wrestlers in the world, believes that Lesnar will run straight through anything. "Brock is just a rampaging bull. He's just the juggernaut. He runs straight through things, what he cannot out-technique. He will in with power," said Samoa Joe. There have been past instances of WWE stars narrating their brutal encounters with Lesnar in the ring, some of which left them with more bruises than normal. Vince McMahon's new age mandate for female talents in WWE NXT isn't sitting well with the recently released Taya Valkyrie, the former Frankie Monet. It was reported last week following the latest round of WWE releases that a new Vince McMahon mandate doesn't want the company bringing any women's wrestlers into NXT that are over the age of 25. When a fan suggested that Tommy Dreamer shouldn't sign any older talents when he relaunches House of Hardcore in 2022, Valkyrie took to Twitter to put the fan in their place. "STFU. I just turned 38. I've been ashamed to even speak about my age until today. 38 is not old, especially when you're a man, process that," Taya Valkyrie tweeted. McMahon's new age mandate for the women in WWE doesn't seem like the most brilliant idea, as the company didn't even sign Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair until they were 26 and Bianca Belair until she was 27. These are 3 of the biggest talents WWE has on their roster right now, male or female, while Valkyrie might be 38 years old. That shouldn't discredit what she's capable of bringing to any women's wrestling roster in the world. She further elaborated on her initial tweet by declaring that age should never be the reason that someone should lose their job. "Age should never be an issue, and I'm sick of PPL using that as a reason that someone should lose their job. I'm a woman, a wife, a mother to 2 dogs, an aunt and a friend. Nobody should ever say that 38 is old. Grow up," Taya Valkyrie said in a follow-up tweet. Taya Valkyrie only had a 30-day non-compete due to her NXT contract, and you have to believe both AEW and Impact Wrestling will be very interested in signing her when they're free to do so. What do you think of Vince McMahon's new age mandate for women's wrestlers in WWE? Do you understand where Taya Valkyrie is coming from? Let us know your thoughts by sounding off in the comments section below. Nia Jax's release from WWE shocked many. It's now being reported that this was WWE's way to send a message to the entire roster. On the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer reported how the release of Nia Jax was a clear message that nobody is safe when it comes to releases. Meltzer noted Jax was released while being on a mental health break. He revealed this was a message that WWE won't deny time off, however. Not being on TV could make stars prone to cuts. This essentially will make stars not want to take time off. WWE has had multiple release sprees this year, which included several top stars. In the latest one earlier this week, Nia Jax, Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, Ember Moon, Eva Marie, and many others were released. There's another reported reason behind the release of Nia Jax from WWE, which has led to some controversy. According to a report by Fightful, multiple stars, including Nia Jax, were let go for not being vaccinated. At least 5 of the released talent were openly unvaccinated, including some very surprising names. It was stressed to us that this wasn't the exclusive reason, and wasn't the reason across the board for firings. It should be noted, releasing talent for not being vaccinated is completely legal, and would have restricted many of the venues that performers could compete in, and travel availabilities. Nia Jax has since revealed that, before her release, there was no mention of her vaccination status by WWE. Jax said that she was on a mental health break and asked for an extension, but didn't get any response before finding out she was released.